Hey YouTube, today we're going to be talking about 5 reasons you should buy a Toyota Sequoia Gen 1. A Gen 1 Sequoia is a 2001 to 2007 year model. They have some variabilities in pre-facelift, which the facelift happened in 2005. So if you're curious about the differences between pre or post facelift, I have another video talking about those. But today we're going to be talking about the 5 reasons why you should buy a Gen 1 Toyota Sequoia. So stick with me. Okay, 5 reasons why you should buy a Toyota Sequoia. Number 1 absolutely is the reliability factor. So if you just do a simple Google search on million-mile motor, you will find that the 4.7 liter motor has had 2 instances where it has gone 1,000,000 miles and Toyota's purchased them, tearing apart the motor to kind of do an assessment to see which parts lasted, which parts were close to failure, and so on and so forth. You will find that the 4.7 regularly goes past 300,000 miles. I have 272,000 currently on my Sequoia, and it is still the most reliable vehicle I've ever owned. So I'm very happy, and I plan to go 2, 3, 4 times even the mileage that it currently has on it now. I will spend the money to do the correct maintenance on it and replace parts with Toyota branded parts if needed. The reliability factor of these motors is unmatched in my opinion. Number 2 is the size of the Sequoia. The Sequoia is a full-size SUV. It's got 3 rows. The 3rd row typically is taken out of the vehicle most of the time in my case. Some people might need that 3rd row, but you get a lot of cargo space, and the actual body of the vehicle is not that much larger than like a 100 series Land Cruiser. It's not that much larger than a modern 4Runner, but you get a little bit extra cargo space inside. So for that reason, I think the size is a huge benefit to the Gen 1 Sequoia because it's not overly large. You can still get around a parking lot, no problem. You can get, the turning radius is actually very good for the size of vehicle that it is. You can still get in and out of parking spaces real easy. You know, there has not been one time when I was like, man, this is just such a big vehicle. I wish it was a little smaller. So you get a little bit extra cargo space and you don't really sacrifice on the maneuverability of the vehicle. Number 3, the 3rd reason you should buy a Toyota Sequoia is the availability. They are getting a little bit harder to find a great deal on it now as people are starting to realize how great of a vehicle they are, but you can still find a Sequoia anywhere near you. I mean, they were pretty common vehicles. You can find them around you. You know, you might have to be waiting for a little bit to find a good deal on one, but the availability of these, I mean, you will, anywhere you look, you'll see them driving around. So you can easily find a used one for sale anywhere. Number 4, the 4th reason you should buy a Toyota Sequoia is the price. Like I mentioned earlier, as the popularity of these has kind of started to go up, the price of these has also kind of gone up in correlation to that. But you can still find the good deals out there if you're patient and you're willing to travel to a good deal. I have a video of what you should look for when buying a Gen 1 Sequoia, so if you're interested in that, go check out that video on my channel. You can still find these for a reasonable deal. You know, I got mine for I think it was like $4,700. It's a 4-wheel drive. I got it with 200,000 miles on it, and it's a limited. You can still find them for under $5,000 if you're willing to wait a few months and travel to the location. They are getting harder to find, however, you can still find them. So price is my number 4. Number 5 is kind of ties in line with the purchase price, but it's actually the repair cost of these. Because this motor is a very common motor, it's used in a lot of vehicles. Lexus, Land Cruiser, Toyota, even some of the 4Runners have this engine in it. You can find these parts for a fairly reasonable price. They're usually pretty accessible no matter where you are, and it's not too expensive to repair those parts either. You know, you get into these Land Cruisers and some of the other kind of more specialized motors that aren't as common, you're gonna find a lot higher price of repair of parts that you might need to repair an issue. But with these motors, they were in the Tundras, Sequoias especially. I mean, just the Tundras and the Sequoias alone have a huge market here in the US. So you could find a lot of cheap repair parts for the vehicle should anything come up that needs repair. Those are my 5 reasons why you should buy a Gen 1 Toyota Sequoia. I appreciate the support. Please consider liking and subscribing to the channel, as I'm really trying to grow the channel out here and provide more content for you guys. So I hope you find what you're looking for, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.